Hello, hello. Welcome to the space. I'm so happy you found this video. It's absolutely no accident. There's a reason, there's a rhyme that you're here. So come hang out for a bit so you can figure out what that is for you. Of course, use your discernment. But yeah, I'm really stoked you're here. Like I said, I want to just ring this bell real quick. This is the fourth time that I'm recording because I got into this loop of, oh my God, you look so weird. Why are you doing that on camera? So that type of energy. So maybe there's a reason why. There's always a reason why. See, tongue twist. This is why I'm already on the fourth recording. There's like this block in the throat I'm feeling. So maybe you're here and you're feeling like you have so much to say, but you just don't know how to put it out in the world. So hopefully we can talk a little bit about that. But also yesterday I had a clear message that came through when I was just walking around here, and it was about how patience and chaos are a part of the same coin. So we're going to get into that. So stay tuned. But first, I just want to breathe with you because obviously there's so much energy. I'm just like feeling it. And I don't know if it's because I'm literally holding this quartz crystal. I love this because it's like I'm holding the weight of the world almost, but then I can also become a little baby in a fetus, in a womb, in the womb, not a fetus, in the womb. I just can grow up and just feel so held by the weight of everything instead of like feeling like I'm carrying it as yeah, brah. So I'm bringing this energy of this quartz crystal to you. And quartz are really cool because they have this reflection energy. So it's like we're looking into a mirror right now. Of course, to a degree, right? But if you're here, we are reflecting each other. And in that spirit, if you feel called, I invite you to like and subscribe because it really helps me feel into the collective as a web. So if you like this video at the end or already vibing with my energy, I would be so honored to have you here. And I really treat my collective as family because we are family and we're a small little collective now, but we are going to grow because I can feel my soul sisters and brothers looking for me just like I'm looking for you. So let's be fam and let's get into the message. And there's this beautiful bumblebee, queen bumblebee flying around. So maybe that's a sign for someone here. Okay, let's just ground and clear our vessel real quick and do a few deep breaths. We'll make it quick, we'll make it meaningful. So wherever you are, just close your eyes. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes, but you can just take in the vocal energy and do the breathing exercises with us. All right, if you can, close those eyes. And just breathe into your vessel. Maybe this is the first conscious breath you've taken all day. So really allow yourself to feel the sensations of your, belly rising and emptying, the chest expanding, the heart opening, just really feeling into all of that. And maybe even on the next exhale, you let an audible sound out and really allow yourself to feel into that animalistic energy within you, releasing any frustrations. And on the next inhale and exhale, just allow your body to free flow how it wants to. Maybe you just roll your shoulders back or do a little wiggle dance with them. do whatever you need to do. Maybe put your hand on your forehead and just give yourself some love, hand on heart, and just feel into your body. Maybe you even like massage the sides of your hands and just touch this beautiful physical vessel of you that's holding your soul imprint. Wow, right? Just freaking wow. The body is so complex yet simple, you know, and it has so much wisdom within. And we're going to tap a little bit into that wisdom today as we talk about patience and chaos. So just take another deep inhale and exhale, and know that you are activated as you listen, you are safe as you listen, you are held as you listen, and you are celebrated as you listen. You're right, open those eyes if you haven't already. Yay. Wow, I already feel way more centered. It always just mind boggles me how just a few simple breaths can just change the whole trajectory of our emotional, energetic system, you know? System. Okay, I'm gonna take some water because I'm really feeling how hot it is. And I just realized there's like a little hole here and I didn't really check for like creatures. Oh my God, that's so much better. Oh my God, okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys like this. This could be a sign. Go drink water. Drink more liquids. Let your water help you move through any dense energy. And fun fact, like water listens because it's a receptive element. I literally pray to my water. And this could be a fun ritual for yourself to just try if you haven't done anything like this. I love to open my day with putting water in a prayer bowl that I have on my altar. You can also just do it with your, hydro flask. But if this is, oh, there's a wasp. If this is coming up, I just feel like there's a message here of working with water. So yeah, I just love to like pray into my water, and I literally just like say my prayer like that. Maybe I'll just do a real example. Hi, beautiful water. Thank you for nourishing my mind, body, and soul. I appreciate you, and I ask that you be cleansed. If there's any lower frequencies in you, please transmute yourself so my body can be a clear vessel. Allow me to have a beautiful day and to speak with clarity and ease and alignment and no ego. We're stripping the ego, wash away that ego. If it's, ego's good, but to some extent. So just help this energy be pure like you. Thank you, water. Appreciate you. And boom, and then you drink your prayer just like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go pray with your water. Make it fun. Make it easy. Let me know how that feels for you. You can also do it when you take a bath or a shower. So yeah. Wow, the sun feels so good too. Okay, so let's talk about our channeled message that came through. I got my notes, a little notebook. I love to just like free flow before I click play. So there's like all these bugs right behind me. So if I'm a little distracted, it's because these little critters are in my ear. That could be a sign also to open up the ears a little bit. You know what? Yes, I know I'm hilarious. Everything's a sign, but honestly, everything is a sign. We talked about how crystals are reflections, right? I don't even remember if I started with that, but if I didn't, this is literally a reflection energy right now. So I'm just trusting that this back and forth is because things are being like reflected and we should talk about them. So because I am getting this message to clean the ears, I just want to show you a fun, energetic practice that you can do to clean the ears from a very subtle body point of view, energetic point of view, holistic point of view. This is literally Reiki, but you don't need to be certified to do this because we all have an inner Reiki faucet. Of course, if you are seeking to learn Reiki, I do say go the traditional path because it's fun just to learn, the original roots of it, and then you can go ahead and make it your own. But this is, Jesus did this, so like, shit, why can't we do this without certificates? You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a certificate, he just did it. So fuck it, let's do it. Okay. That internal dialogue came from personal experiences of certain people telling me in my own practice, oh, you can't do that, you don't have the certificate for that. And I'm just like, fool, we don't need we need certificates, but we don't need certificates. Like, we have all the answers within. We've all walked the path of a million identities. All the wisdom that we need is right here. You just open it like a key, like you open a door with a key, okay? So it's like, yes, the 3D world is beautiful when it comes to those certificates because you know that you're actually being held by someone who has the tools. But also, who's to say that the person without the certificate doesn't have all the tools already, right? If we really believe that we are thy medicine, that we are limitless and multidimensional, and we are really this clear vessel to the divine. So we have all the certificates already, right? So anyways, that just came through. So coming back to just cleansing the ears. So what you're going to do is you're going to just rub your two hands together real quick. You're going to take a deep cleansing breath. Another 2 cleansing breaths. Start to feel that fire in between your hands, that you're creating. Maybe you even want to go a little bit quicker. You can find your flow. Maybe you want to go slower, whatever you feel, but just feel into that sensation that you're creating, that temperature of hotness, hot. And when you're ready, you're gonna slowly just feel into the energetic bubble that you're creating. And you should feel like your hands are 2 magnets and there's like this subtle, like energetic pull in between. This energy. This is like what we call a light bubble. And when you're ready, you can kind of play with it. Maybe now you feel it like kind of like when you're stretching dough, you kind of feel it, the energy. And when you're ready, you can just hover your hands on your ears. It's like you're shielding them. And just breathe into this. And imagine as you put your hands of light over your ears, it's pulling out any stuck energy. Just cleaning it out. And maybe you even allow the hands to go down the side to really clean out the neck. And you can kind of just do this as if you're shooing out any of those lower frequency energies that are just keeping your ears blocked. Because our ears allow us to receive, right? We also connect with our ears, you don't just connect by talking. There's also something called active listening. So to be in a state of alignment and to listen from a place of I'm ready to receive, I'm ready to be in this energy of I'm a beginner. During that beginner's mind, the beginner ear, I'm listening just like I'm listening for the first time. And we're just gonna touch your ear and just like say hello, feel your freaking ear, man. Just massage that ear. Get real with it, There we go. And there, when you're ready, you can put your hands over and just breathe into this. And then boom, your ears are now clean and activated, and this simple energetic tool. It's really your own exploration and your own intentions that make it work. So have fun with it and just really breathe into it and affirm what you're bringing in and what you're letting out, just like you do any ceremony, and see where that takes you. So that's just a fun way to cleanse, honestly, any part of your body. You can do that, if you're feeling pressure in the heart, pain in the shoulders. When we add the element of touch, we are opening the portals within our hands. We have healing portals right here in the palm of our hands, and we can literally move stagnant energy. And it's just so beautiful and so easy. So go ahead and try that out. All right. Yay. So let's talk about patience and chaos. We finally made it to that moment. So patience and chaos are really a part of the same coin, because chaos needs to happen for you to really learn what it is and what it feels like to really embody patience. Because at the end of the day, when we're being asked to have patience, usually it's because there's some sort of tower moment, chaos that's happening and pushing us outside of our comfort zone, where the only other way, if we don't want to be mad, right? We don't want to go mad trying to control and just be in this spiral energy of I need answers, I need to figure it out now. When we're in that energy, we're just not open, we're not receptive. And in some way it is very inevitable of the process to embody patience, because you have to start there to loosen up your grip a little bit. But sometimes it's hard to even get to the point where you loosen up. There's some people who really struggle with loosening up, right? And I really hope that this video finds you so that you can just have more ease in your life, because when things don't go our way, it's actually working in our benefit. But in the physical moment, we just don't understand why. So when I was journaling about patience, this is what came up. Patience is a state of embodiment where we enter this flow of being unapologetic about who we are. And in that, we kind of crack open, and this new layer of trust within us takes place, where it's almost like we just got a free fall. It actually is. We have to free fall and just trust that what we can't see is holding us, right? We're being held by such a beautiful cosmic energy that goes beyond sometimes our understanding in this human meat suit. And when shit hits the fan, it really is this growing pain to become a better version of yourself if you allow it to be that way. Because you can totally go down the spiral route and be okay with it. There's some people who really don't mind the spiral route because that's all they know. So the chaos is really another name for shadow work, because when things don't go as we planned, we are being met at an opportunity to pivot. Something is not in alignment within our soul rhythm, and chaos is usually this opportunity to just I'm being shown just a button, or to turn the dial a little bit, because essentially nothing is right or wrong. You're not doing anything good or bad, but just something that's just not, it's not in the frequency that it needs to be. So instead of judging it too much of it's not like this or not like that, what happens if you just shift, right? And chaos really is this incredible crumbling of whatever is out of alignment, or just not true to your truth. That sounds funny. Not true to your truth. There's a beautiful queen bee in front of us. We're going to have to look up the meaning of that. I mean, I'm using my phone to record, so I can't really do that with you. But if you feel called, go look up the meaning. Hit up Chat GPT and be like, yo, what's the symbolism of a female bumblebee? And see what that means. And I'm also curious. I'm going to look it up too, and it will be interesting to see how this comes together in this flow. So maybe you're finding yourself in a position right now in your life where you just want all the answers. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you're in a relationship that you're just hot and cold about. Maybe, shit, there's so many options. I'm like, now my brain is blanking out. Maybe you have some family karma that's just like, everything's stuck and chaotic and drama and oh my gosh. Or maybe you're experiencing grief, and with that comes up just like a lot of childhood trauma that you haven't processed yet. And the list can go on, right? But most likely you're at this moment in your life where things are just not smooth. Something hit the fan and you're like, oh shit, we out here, we in it, we're in the river. Do we fight the river? Do we flow with the river? What are we gonna do, right? And like I said, that spiral energy of just wanting all control and like researching and seeking and asking and doing and applying and all the things that you do to try and find solutions, but you do it almost in this manic way where you feel like you're the only one who can solve it, when really what can happen if you just loosen up your grip and co-create with the divine. Co-create with the divine, because you know the divine got your back, man. I know faith comes in so many shapes and sizes, so you can really address the divine energy in a way that feels good to you. But it's that omnipresent energy that's always there to hold you beyond the physical world. And when shit hits the fan, when we go through those tower moments of chaos, that's when, we're being challenged with our faith. That's when we need faith the most, because it's in those times when we don't have the answers that we need something to trust so that we can walk into the shadow with ease, aka patience. Walk in the shadow. Walking in the shadows with ease. Patience. Ooh, poetic. I like it. Yeah. So hopefully we can come up with some solutions for you, for us, to find that ease of the in-between, right? Because you're not just going to jump into patience right away. Like, chaos is going to be chaos and you're going to spiral, and then there's going to be some nuggets that will kind of unfold as you give yourself permission to be curious, to seek other solutions, to actually know your faith, right? Like, there's believing. So you can be a big believer in a faith, but if you don't practice it, if you don't embody it, which is the essence of knowing that you're always provided for, like truly knowing it, right? You can believe it, but then there's knowing. So it's a journey to get to that patience that reflects, I know, therefore I am. But it's possible. And when you can get to that point where you can really let go of your hands on the wheel and trust the universe and yourself, that's when you start to understand, okay, that's why that thing happened, or, this is why I didn't get that job, or why I was with that person for X amount of years. Like, everything becomes a puzzle piece that starts to link, because we really are guided every step of the way. But as we're in the thick of it, it does not feel like that. And that's a part of the beauty of life, because we're not supposed to have all the answers. we're supposed to discover. Like, that's the beautiful part of life itself, is you're in a state of discovery always, right? So just know that, like, wherever this message is meeting you, you're safe, because the safety that you seek outside of yourself is actually within you. It's actually here within you. And, you know, praying with water, cleansing the ears, like what we just did, these are all little acts of building that faith muscle around you, but also your own vessel. Like, God lives also within you. It's not just an external energy. You are 1% God, or whatever percentage you want to say. And if you can really start to know that, you know that you are the creator of your own reality. Therefore, it starts from within. Your vessel within you is going to help you manifest whatever you want in the external world. So if you're too much in that spiral, control, grasping energy, that's all you're going to receive, because that's all you're reflecting, right? So it's okay to have a week or a month where you're just in the thick of it and you're in victim mode. Fuck it, we've all been there. It's a part of the process. So I'm not going to be here and be here with you until you bypass that shit. No, I'm going to say, feel that shit. Feel the anger, feel the pain, feel the confusion, feel the chaos, because it fucking sucks. It's painful. It's painful to be in a state of confusion, right? So feel that, however long it takes you, and then make the shift, make the pivot, make the change, because you are the change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And just know that it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. So as long as you're consistent with this concept of embodying patience and looking at chaos as, ooh, you helped me evolve, then you're going to feel a lot lighter. Oh, there's wind coming in. Thank you, wind. Like, you'll literally feel like this wind right now, just like how you can flow with it, because you know, no matter what life brings at you, you are safe, because you are your own internal safety. And you are also your own parent. Unfortunately, you are your own parent and your own child, right? It's all a journey of learning to reparent ourselves, because most likely, okay, it's just kind of a part, I think, of the human experience. Like, our parents challenge us. They're not perfect, right? They're not perfect. We think they're superheroes, and then we realize, oh shit, like, they're human just like us, trying to figure it out, and they only know what they know when they know it. But in that, period of not knowing maybe the best or the most valuable way, you get scars along the way, and it takes time to reprogram those scars into stars. Ooh, I love that. I'm turning my scars into stars. What? Jeez. For a second, I thought that was a fucking rattle, but it was just a beat. Okay. Okay, let me see if there's any last messages that want to come through. Yeah, so I want to talk real quick, even though, like, I'm noticing the clock going. I'm like, oh my God, we're almost 30 minutes in. But if you're here, you're meant to be here. So let's just hang out just a little bit longer, because I did write, like, we kind of talked about this out loud, but I just want to reiterate that there's the shadow side of patience, right? So that's like at the starting point when you're in that spiral. And maybe knowing this will just help you know, like, you can identify when you're in the spiral. So then when you can figure out if I want to zoom in or zoom out, right? So the shadow side of patience is when we're in that energy of, like, grasping for answers. We want control. We're feeling unsafe, but we're looking for external solutions versus internal solutions. We're really lacking trust, not only within ourselves, but in a higher power. And we're just simply out of alignment with the laws of the universe, right? Because, like we said, your energy within creates your environment. They're not separate. Self and environment are not separate. And that's literally a Buddhist concept. If you want to, look up Nichiren Buddhism, self and environment concept, or self and environment philosophy, and see where it takes you, because there might be a message in there for you to learn more about that. Okay, so now the light side of chaos, right? Like we said, chaos is just another name for shadow work. And what does shadow work really do at its core? It helps you grow. So these are inevitable growing pains that we just need to go through if we really want to clean out whatever is not in alignment. We have to foresee the shit to clean it up, right? So this is a process where we really get to shed the old and reclaim the new, right? Because we're always becoming, we're always changing. We don't stay the same. Unfortunately, I know humans, we want to stay the same, but no, change is our flow. It really is. Okay, so also the light side of chaos is that you're building also compassion, not only for yourself and your evolution, but other people. If you think about it, how do you really relate with people from a very empathetic way? I'm not talking about trauma bonding, that exists too. But I'm talking about true compassion, true empathy, where you can listen to someone openly, like we said, right? Or working with the ears, the active listening. You can really listen with the ears and the heart and understand their pain because you've been through it too. Without chaos, there's no compassion, right? It also lets you know your strength. Like when shit hits the fan, you get to understand how the meter of your strength is just infinite, right? It's not what you thought it was at. It's like infinite shit, okay? And also last but not least, which is like the best one. Ow. The best one is that the light side of chaos allows you to really become friends with your face. Become friends with your face. No, faith. You become friends with your faith because faith is a muscle. Okay, you got to give it love. You got to work out with it. You got to take it for a ride. You know what I'm saying? So you get to really understand faith every time you experience a hurdle. And then end. I don't know why I'm saying and end. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end with now. How do you find that peace in the in-between, right? That's what I was bringing up before, and then I got sidetracked. Story of my life. Squirrel. Okay. All these freaking flies coming in my ear, getting me distracted. Okay, so a few just exercises that you can do when you notice that you're in that spiral and you want to change, right? So you have the water, you have the energy work, and you can also do breath work. So you can literally go on YouTube, I really love breath with Sandy, but you can do any breath work that feels good to you, and just do a 5-minute breath work, 15-minute breath work. Allow yourself to really breathe and cleanse from the inside out and ground into your truth. And also, it just helps you create a safe space to observe what's on your mind, because at the end of the day, we're not our thoughts. We're not our thoughts. But sometimes we need to just sit in stillness and even create fire in that stillness so we can just transmute those dense energies into infinite possibilities. You can also sit down and journal. This is my personal favorite one. When I feel like my mind is way too heavy, I fucking journal on a page. It's like a rage on a page type of thing, and then it goes into more like subtle, poetic, like, oh, this is why this and that and this and the connection and the flow and this. But it's like literally where all my truth lies. The shit that I just am too ashamed to admit outside of myself starts on the page. So that could be really fun. Put some music, just allow yourself to flow. If you are self-conscious of anyone reading it, just burn it after in a safe way. But don't hold back. Let your mind go. okay? Because oftentimes when we get into that spiral, it's because we're leading with the mind and not with the heart, okay? So when we drop in to the midpoint between patience and chaos, what we're essentially doing is we're creating more space to receive the answers in its own divine time. It's not that you're not going to get answers. You will, but it will happen the way it's meant to. Okay? And last but not least, it's like also knowing that you can only control so much, You can only really control what you say, what you do, your energy. The rest will come together. And oftentimes, like, it's just the truth, honestly, but it's my truth. You might not believe this, and that's okay too. But like, what was I going to say? Now I lost my train of thought. But I was going to say that, like, before we see things in the physical, it's energetic. So good things take time. You could be working on this, like finding grace in between the chaos or in the chaos for a year, for months. Like, there's no really set timeline. It could also be 2 days. Like, you don't know where your mind and your heart and your body wants to take you. You only really discover that once you drop in and empty yourself. Like, talking about getting into the void, like get into a state where you're literally this little particle in a black space, knowing nothing but everything at the same time. And just truly knowing that what is yours will never miss you. It will find you always. You are a magnet. And if you start treating yourself like a magnet with devotion and grace, you can really bring things to you. You don't have to do anything. You can simply attract. You don't gotta chase. You don't gotta do. All you gotta do is fine tune. You don't gotta do, but you do need to do. Sorry, that just cracked me up for a sec. You really don't need to do anything except be. And I know that's so humanly contradicting because it just doesn't make sense to the logistical mind. But if you really can see yourself as this magnet and you can focus on really cleansing your energy from the inside out and just giving those dark, thoughts or fears a space and then transmuting them, you'll realize, like, you can actually flush that out and in turn bring to you the best case scenario. And maybe this is a great question to end with. Like, if you feel called, go journal for a bit. Speaking of, like, one of the remedies for finding that balance, like, go journal, go understand with yourself, what is your version of safety? What do you need to do to feel safe? Maybe you can even journal about what patience means to you, what chaos means to you. Talk about the chaos in your life. What is chaotic in your life right now? How is it making you feel? And what is also the best case scenario that you want from this chaos? Like, what is the light at the end of the tunnel that could possibly happen if you just truly drop into the fact that, okay, this is happening for me, not to me. So sit in that energy of the best case scenario. And in that, you're already embodying patience, because patience is that surrender. So go jump in water if you can, pray with water, go take a bath, just go allow yourself to immerse yourself in water, as it really is one of the elements for flow, for patience, for surrender. All right, we talked about a lot here. Definitely threw some spaghetti on the wall, so take what you need and leave behind what does not serve you. If you feel called, please do share if there was any fun little nuggets that got you thinking and just feeling super inspired, because I love to just know what's up. And even if, it's the opposite of that, shit, it's all welcome, because because again, this is an open dialogue. I don't have all the answers. I'm just spitting ideas. I don't know if I'm right. I might be wrong, but this is what I'm feeling in this moment in time. So let's have a conversation about it. And I think that's it. Yeah, man. This was fun, even though it went really, really long. This was fun. All right, I love you. The light in me sees the light in you. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video so I can pick up on your energy for the next video. All right, enjoy, go be patient, and embrace the chaos.